Hi, this makes the second time on this, and I tried to punch this out, so here we go again. Okay, this is robot sea monsters. Now, I have no idea what it is referring to, but there's a little snippet on there that says, attempt to destroy Japan or California. So, this is some inventions that they're using to make it look like, well, things like giant squids and stuff that they use to destroy things. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay. Moving on here. See, where did I leave off again? Say I missed it. Oh, here we go. Um, Rewriting history. Now, what I gotta say about this card. They have rewritten history of the Illuminati, and they've been doing it since 1911. And one thing I want to mention that here on the internet, on YouTube, we don't escape that. And it's very hard to even find true information anymore on about any subject because because of the Zionists want to change our history. And you're probably wondering why I say the word a Zionist because their plan of wanting to control us through information and what other means possible to control the world. And that's what I don't like Zionism at all. But anyway, they control Wikipedia. And when I was in school, we were told not to use Wikipedia as a source, not a reliable source. And which was good because it is not a reliable source. And you see it in the card here on the door, it's written backwards as Ministry to Truth, and this is written backwards. And this is the way they do things. They do things reading things backward. And but that's all I need to say about that part. And the recording industry. It's very sad about people in the recording industry or the entertainment industry, how they're being manipulated by the Illuminati. But it's really their choice that they sell their souls to the devil for fame and money, and it's very sad. There's also the Hollywood card in here somewhere, I think, but this one's pertaining to the recording industry. The Rain of Frogs. Now this card, this has probably already occurred. But anyway, that the article that I found on this was a horde of frogs takes over Greek highways here, and this shows pictures of thousands of these little frogs, jumping around on the Greek highways. And it's a major Greek highway that was shut down on Wednesday, and this was back in May of this year, 2011, where a horde of frogs took over the road. There was a carpet of frogs, says the traffic policeman, and said millions of these creatures appeared on the road, forcing authorities to close down the road because of a number of drivers that were skidded off the road to avoid hitting the amphibians while the roads opened. That the traffic still reported to be slow, and disruption expected to last through the weekend. So, and here's the pictures of the frogs, the little tiny frogs. So yeah, that one's possibly already occurred. Now this one I found kind of interesting by the name and the image, which I have no idea what it's trying to depict. But there's this guy here. He's holding up a poster with a symbol on it. I don't know if it has to do with symbolisms, because you see in the back it has symbolisms. Oh, and Uh, Principia Discordia is the title. So your guess is as good as mine. If you could, leave your comment if you know something about what this thing is depicting. Princess Diana. I found her a very interesting figure, in history, and it was sad how her death, ended, how she died, and it was all due to a blood sacrifice done by the royal family of England. And that's all I have to say about that. It was just really very sad, very sinister how she died. And this brings me to the next card on Prince Charles. Now, something very interesting that I found on Prince Charles, among other things, and some very strange stories, dark things I've heard about Prince Charles and the family. But this article that I found in the the English newspaper of the Daily Mail, that Prince Charles could finally become king of Romania thanks to his ancestor Vlad the Impaler. Well, you know who Vlad the Impaler was. He was the original Dracula. So yeah, Prince Charles is descended from Dracula. So what does that tell you about blood sacrifices, huh? It says the European newspaper claimed that Charles could be anointed should the monarchy be restored, and the Prince of Wales' ancestral links to Vlad the Impaler and King Michael cited as reasons for that. And Charles is passionate about the country and owns a holiday home there. So, as I tell you about some of the backgrounds to some of these, the royal family and like the George Bush family, and all they all share, because they're all related, really. So yeah, very interesting indeed. So I'll leave a link at this article and you can read it if you like. Okay, the next one. Okay, population reduction. You've probably seen this card already, and well, I really can't comment on much, except for that the Illuminati plan on bringing about World War III, which is actually going on right now. World War III. So a lot of people has been waiting on, well, when will World War III happen? Well, it's already here. It started way back, just right before 9/11, and one of the plans, what the Illuminati want to do is create national and international laws to destroy civilization. And this was their plan, and they plan to reduce the world population from 7 billion that was reported just recently, and reduce it down to 500 million people, so they would be easily controlled. And if they had it their way, they wouldn't want, none of us here at all. Which is very, very sad, very, very crazy. But what do you expect from madmen, huh? And they also want to infiltrate classes and levels of society and of the governments, in the purpose of teaching the use in schools theories and principles that are known to be false. And this was headed by the United Nations, and those cards that I had showed you earlier. So I just thought I'd mention that too. Plagues of demons. Now, this is really appropriate. This is in Washington. It's very typical about plagues and demons in Washington. And this kind of brings up here shortly. I have another card about the what they call the rituals that had happened around just before November 11th, 11/11/11, about releasing of demons. I'm sure no doubt there's more demons been released in Washington, D.C. And I wouldn't want to travel there anyway. Now this is interesting. I'll passed up. Okay, perpetual motion machine. Now, I'm not sure if this is referring to, the card says, and 27 scientists have gone mad so far trying to build another one. Now, I don't know if they're referring to, probably not CERN, because CERN is probably not a perpetual motion machine. But this was interesting just the same. So that's all I've got to say. If you guys have any ideas, just add a comment. Okay, this is the Pentagon. You see fire coming from it. So we pretty much know what happened at the Pentagon around 9/11. Orbital mind control lasers. Now, this is why they control your mind. Have you noticed the collars on this, like the orange and the bluish color? The reverse alignment laser action. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I stopped my babbling. I better move on. But yeah, I was thinking about Project Bluebeam. What they will do to create like a false rapture and all that. Well, moving on. OPEC. The guys at OPEC and the raising of the prices of oil. Yeah, a lot of it's the wars have to do with oil, and also this serves up the see, it was the Texas card and the other oil spill card and the multinational oil cards all together are all in this deck. So, yeah. Offshore banking, money laundering. Sometimes you wonder, where all your money is going. It could be going overseas to offshore banks. Here, you see the tropical island, vacation islands, using your money. That's pretty bad. Supreme Court, you see the triangle and the eye in the background? Yeah, looks like Big Brother's keeping an eye on the Supreme Court about what's going on, overseeing everything. Okay, now this is a crystal skull. Now this is what had been happening recently, like I had mentioned before about 11/11/11, or actually I had started before then, about the Mayan elders making a trek across the United States and performing their ceremony with their disgusting abominable practices, and they brought with them the 13 skulls, and what it did, it was to open up a demonic portal and to release demons upon the earth. It's just very disgusting. But yeah, I didn't like that at all. I did make a video on this, so if you want to see that video, just do it at your leisure if you like. Okay, NATO. Yeah. this is this image here they call the strawman government. Yeah, it's